Alright guys, we are back it seems. Apologies to everyone for the delays and the technical errors. I had to attend to somewhat of an emergency, so it seems like everyone's disconnected. What? Huh. So it seems like we're gonna go into a little bit of a reconnect, I guess. Seems like every player on in this game just simultaneously disconnected and then reconnected. Alright, so we are back, folks. Apologies for that that little delay there. Took a while to try to get things back online, and after I had to attend to something pretty urgent, so yeah. Thanks guys for sticking around, and we should be continuing soon with this game. Let's just take a moment to reassess everything that's happened so far as we can see. So just looking at the draft real quick, we've got on MIXS is gonna be on the Legion side this time. We have Rhapsody, Nomad, Bombardier, Keeper, and the Behemoth here. So seemingly very aggressive, very team fighty actually. Great setup to be found from the Keeper. Thanks to Keeper and of course Behemoth to help out as well. And Bombardier to finish it off with a bunch of damage. And of course you have that core Nomad who can get huge fairly early on compared to other carries. And, to help supplement the damage in those team fights. And furthermore, let's look at the lineup for this Hellborne side real quick before they spring into action too much. We have Sir Bensington, Monarch, Lords of Forest, Parasite, and Puppet Master. So once again, a lot of early game damage. I mean, look at that lineup. You have that Parasite, lots and lots of bursts early on. You have, of course, Sir Bensington, always a huge factor in these team fights with the early burst that he has, despite recent nerfs actually. 280 used to be 310, and this one is still 310, I believe. So yeah, lots and lots of team fight potential from both teams in terms of damage. Rhapsody actually gonna get caught by Parasite right now. Zlapped on that Parasite, already has the level 1 puzzle box minions on him, chasing Rhapsody down. Not gonna be nearly enough damage though. She's kinda low, but the sticky bomb from Bombardier, defensive sticky bomb in fact, will be her saving grace and protect her from those minions. 16 minutes in with a level 1 puzzle box. Pretty decent timing coming out from Zlapped. Seems like he's had a pretty good time in this game so far. Score of 2-0-1, has been participating pretty actively in these team fights. In fact, it's I'm mistaken, it's a level 2 puzzle box, excuse me. So there we go. Let's just take a quick look at the GPM chart overall. On the side of Hellborne, we have South Forest and Puppet Master, both of the cores doing very, very well at the top of the GPM leaderboards pretty much. Just trailing ever so slightly behind Nomad here. Bottom lane, Sir Bensington stomps in for a double kill on the hits of both Escape and Boxer. Will take them down a peg, and Keeper of the Forest to be caught by the Puppet Master's Puppeteer's hold. For now, will commit the root, but will fall soon afterwards as well. Bombardier Bomb still on his head, not committed just yet to stop it, but he will fall eventually. What did he fall to? That was kind of strange. Was it the bomb? It was the bomb! Zlapped swapped the bomb over to the head of on top of the head of Nutfi, and that resulted in his death. Oh, that was pretty cool. And let's look at the items real quick as well. Lots of Forest running across the map, creating havoc with the presence of his portal key, as well as being completely unstoppable thanks to that shrunken head. I mean, at this point in time, they can't do much against him. Keeper Root is the only thing that's really stopping him from, you know, stopping his mobility and like controlling him up. But as long as he uses that BKB conservatively, he should be perfectly fine. Meanwhile, you have this Puppet Master who's already built up a Shroud, level 14, and with a fairly decent GPM, running around with his Shroud and Hellbornes as well, of course. Seiko farming up a Storm where he can. In comparison, you have on the Legion side, Keeper of the Forest going with that classical defensive Astrolabe build. No need to rush for a Portal Key in a situation like this, especially since you have a Behemoth, allows for a great counterplay. That Astrolabe will allow for great sustain that would allow for you to counter initiate against any aggressive movements from that Hellborne side. Furthermore, this is a Behemoth who has a PK on him as well on top of a Chalice, so it seems like he's had a fairly good time early on in lane. 1-2 and 1, I'd imagine he was an offlaner, but seems like he didn't. Seems like he's done fairly decently on his lane. On the other side, we have Nomad, who has a Rune Cleaver and an Assassin Shroud on his person as well. So, not doing too shabbily either. Both Keeper of the Forest and Nomad have transition. Oh, Keeper of the Forest immediately catches out Puppet Master. Seiko, completely unaware of the presence of Keeper walking around there, and decides to go in for the farm. Too greedy a move at that point of time. I guess he couldn't really have known, but still, that did ultimately result in his demise. Nothing Monarch could really do. Sakurada forced to just back out alone at the death of his carry. But Lord Salfor is going in on Bombardier, double damage rune on himself as well. Already used that BKB, instantly PKs forward, tries to go for Behemoth as well. One more right click should do it, and it will. So much damage coming out from him thanks to that DD. Rhapsody on the backlines will get caught up by Lord Michael here, going in for Keeper of the Forest as well. Does he have the invis? No, he's already dusted out, and he will get taken down by Lords of Forest. Once again, more Satissima. So much damage at this stage of the game. Level 15, 5, 6, 7, 8 is running across the map, creating havoc. Actually, those were his first 3 kills, but man, that DT rune served him so well in that situation right there. And this should spell an easy Congo for the rest of the team. Puzzle box smaller here, and the wizard actually doing so much work in the way of taking Congo down. Purposely committed that Molo to get destroyed by Congo so that the true damage will get reflected. Pretty smart move coming out from Zlapped here. And that token does go the way of Puppet Master, who's almost done building his BKB as well. Another 600 gold. I'll strike that about 400 gold, and he should be done. So looking to be quite a force to be reckoned with. Your Rhapsody invis there. Looks like Bensington was about to charge into him, but was right in the vicinity of that easy creep wave. Carefully scouts around this area here. Still has that invis rune on him. Can't really see the duration of that for now. But he will be fine. Boxer just continues to scout out the movements of this Bensington. And in response, the rest of the team, they just, I mean, that's their game plan. Spot out the rest of the enemy team, just sit around the jungle, take their time, and just farm out whatever they can. They make full use of the that information and take up the hard camp as well. The ancient camp, I mean. The Nomad. Of course, still the highest GPM across the map. Aegis doing pretty well for himself here. But whoa, look at that. We weren't even looking up top. The gold disparity is pretty insane. 22 minutes in, 10k gold lead and 15k experience lead for the side of Hellborne here. eNeo looking coming around in this game with a very dominant start for themselves. In fact, they're already pushing down middle, and they're gonna take that tier 2 tower. But Bombardier, Muffer Boy, very nice deny coming out from him. Parasite continues to march down that lane and try to chase out whoever he can find. Keeper of the Forest will be the first to be found here. Bensington does jump in, but force the joust back. Does not want to get rooted by the Keeper. The Keeper is completely out of mana, even with that Chalice. More Satissima Salforus once again jumps in so aggressively onto him. Undying has not been committed, but Rhapsody was on too high an amount of health to be bursted down by Undying alone. Or rather, ticked down, excuse me. Either way, Seiko running around with his token and his shrunken head right now. Nobody can take him down, and he's out for blood. Whether it be hero blood or creep blood, going straight for that push here. Nearly all the outer towers are down for, well, across the map really. Only one middle tier 2 remains for the side of Hellborne, and one middle tier 2 on that top lane for the Legion side. Meanwhile, Saphoris 5678 picks up his next big item. It's gonna be the Storm Spirit here. More chase, I suppose. More chase, more sustain will allow him to hold someone for longer to get an additional life tab, an additional more Satisima off, or you know, in fact, just storm someone when they get caught by something like Behemoth or rather Keeper of the Forest ulti. But it's not gonna be enough in this situation. Life tab's back. Gonna fall solo, but actually surviving. Uses the blood chalice at the wrong moment. One right click from Bombardier will secure the kill onto him. Behemoth should fall here, and indeed he will, but a little bit of a misplay coming out from 5678 to use the chalice at that very moment in time. Bensington jumps down right onto the head of Keeper here with Parasite. Parasite and those puzzle box minions will take him down before he has a chance to react. No mana to Invis even. Not like it matters with those puzzle box creeps. But yeah, once again we're seeing the power of Sir Bensington coming out here in this tournament, as we've seen much more in the past. Meanwhile, top lane, they're trying to push down again, and tower will fall. Puppet Master on the back lines trying to go onto Rhapsody. His support Monarch will be the first to fall, and he will be able to get away right in time here. Shroud duration, Shroud fade timing just enough to save him. Very aggressive movements inside, trying to find more, but will be unable to do so. Does have the token on him still, along with that BKB, but will not be able to successfully find any sort of catch. Meanwhile, Bensington, and in fact this does seem to be core Bensington coming out from Lord Michael here, goes straight for that shrunken hit and Firebrand, which is kind of uncharacteristic of the Bensingtons we've seen before, because most of the Bensingtons we've seen are either roamers or, you know, some sort of mid transition which likes to farm with that Thunderclaw. But in this case, we have this very teamfight oriented Bensington that that tries to build towards his core position. So it could be interesting to see how he just skills out with the rest of the game as well. We don't usually get to see this type of Bensington. Back on middle lane, lots of forests. Might seem to be the victim of a catch here, but does PK right out in time. Game sense strong here from 5678. Behemoth moving up in that jungle area. Wards did spot out. Wards will spot him out. So Bensington tries to go aggressively onto him, but the Void Talisman will save his life for just a little bit longer. Delay his death more like. But Rhapsody, meanwhile, will get the successful TP out. Parasite goes straight for that bottom lane. Might try to go for an aggressive pushdown or find someone in the jungle here. TP was onto a creep wave that had no enemy creep wave fighting it, so he should be largely undetected right now. Nomad has to be careful here. Could find himself being caught by the Parasite very easily right now. So will make the smart play and just back right off. And yeah, Bensington goes straight for that Geometer's Bane. Of course, great damage on him, additional bit of damage with that Geometer's Bane, and of course, you know, the classic, it's a classic purging mechanism against the root of Keeper of the Forest. Seems like Puppet Master will do the same, very sensible item choices here. Nothing too aggressive, everything in context of what they're trying to counter. And no real greed from anyone really. Only a single Alchemist Bones on the side of Hellborne, as with Legion. Oh, Monarch has to be careful here. Sakurada is in complete view of this Legion team that is gonna collapse on him right now. Behemoth comes in with the stun, and he will be finished off by Aegizen with the crits. Puppet Master will lower his health by so much with that Voodoo Puppet, but it will not be enough. Behemoth jumps in right on Puppet Master's head. Seiko dropping solo. One more right click from Bombardier will do it. So Forest comes in with Parasite. The Cavalry is here. So much damage coming out from that Napalm Strike, but it's not gonna be enough. Parasite and Forest continue to collapse on top of their heads, and Behemoth, the lone wolf here in the end, forced the TP out. That was a 3-for-3 trade, I believe. A little bit of a messy fight, it seemed, but in the end, fairly even as far as it went. Both cores were taken out. And Parasite moves right into that jungle to try to take control of it and farm up as much as he can, it seems. Saphora's aggression once again right onto Rhapsody. 5, 6, 7, 8 loves just running in balls to the walls. Doesn't care at all. Rhapsody should fall to this here, and he knows it. Doesn't bother to try to overextend into finding her, and just bails right out. Nicely played by 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, man, this guy, all his heroes here, freaking Deadwood in the previous game, and now Sapphora is here, so aggressive, and especially in this game, it's working out spectacularly for him. Nomad here will spot out that ward, that Invis ward over there, but will get caught out because he tried to deward it, and hex up immediately by Lord Forest. The surprise hex catches him off guard, but Behemoth will be the first to fall here, bursted down by Bensington. Keeper Root will get committed in the end. Bombardier out as well, connects nicely onto 2, but Forest too tanky to care. Nomad on the run now, undying on his person here. Will get protected by that protective melody for now. Keep out the Forest, the one to get focused down in the end, and Nomad completely obliterated by that Voodoo Puppet. Rhapsody to be bursted on in the end. More Setissima once again, still doing work. And that will be a 4-for-1 trade to the huge favor of the Hellborne side. Neolution stomp in to the base, smashing on that tier 3 tower here. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we weren't even looking, but Zlapped gets the kill on the 5th man, and it's a genocide. Muffler Boy will fall. Behemoth here, escaped, the only person left remaining, has just respawned, does have that ultimate, his shockwave on him, but not nearly enough damage, even against that many units there, to really try to defend against a push like that. Rhapsody, meanwhile, coming in to try to assist him just a little bit, but will not be largely successful here. But, Hellborne side, they simply take the safe play, take the melee ranks, and don't overextend. They don't get greedy, and they just bail right out. Smart plays coming out from them, despite despite having like won those team fights by such a large margin. They take no risks. Look at Parasite. Zlapped already has an additional Sand Scepter on top of everything else. So obviously that's going to combo up very well with that puzzle box. But oh, don't look now. He's getting scouted out by Nomad. Does PK forward and gets the Behemoth right in time. And once again turns to try to go on Nomad here. The Keeper route will come out onto 4, actually 3 here. But Keeper, once again, after expanding his route, will get caught out. Nomad in the back lines does fall as well. Wait, that wasn't Nomad. That was a Bombardier, I believe. Nomad now on the run. Parasite trying to chase him down, but doesn't have the puzzle box anymore. Puppet Master in the pink of health, completely full, nearly actually. But now it seems like bottom lane of Rex will be Hellborne's for the taking.
The Hellborne have destroyed a Legion tower. A Legion barracks has been destroyed. A Legion barracks has been destroyed.
In Legion side, 3 heroes have respawned. 10 seconds more until all of them respawn. But they lose 2 full lanes of Rex with nothing they can do about it at all. Top lane is still full on health as far as that tier 3 tower goes. But I'd imagine that within the next team fight, it should be easy mega creeps, if not just straight throne. Look at that Lord Cell Forest, 5, 6, 7, 8. So fat right now. On top of the sheep stick, on top of the sheep stick, he already has that additional demonic breastplate as well. So obviously grade 2 against Nomad and to the favor of Puppet Master. They jump in onto them, protecting Melody. Melody protects Nomad for so long. He takes barely any damage at all, but right now still getting dinged down about half health. Does trigger his ulti in time to save himself, but Behemoth will get caught out with that force attack before he gets the TP out. Meanwhile, Bombardier gets caught in the end, and it will be GG. Alone Nomad ages in will not be able to do anything against this absolute wave of destruction coming out from the Hellborne side. And for once, we actually do get to see a game that is well, super aggressive and teamfighty in nature. No real side where you know we had to wait for like a team to just get super fat and just carry into the late game before the game could end and like have it drag on past an hour. So that was pretty refreshing compared to the first 2 games that we were forced to sit through, just like teams skirting around each other constantly. But yeah, the score right now is 2-1 in favor of Neolution Esports. This is a best of 5 series, and it is the G League Grand Finals of Cycle 1. We will be going into our 4th game shortly. Stay tuned, folks. Don't worry, I will be here all night. And yeah.